A simple journey that was supposed to take just 2.5 hours turned into a tense relay race between Sarasota, Florida and the White House in DC. All in all, it took more than 9 hours, a time period in which thousands of lives were lost in an attack that will shape the next decades. As the plane heads for Louisiana, growing concerns are also raised about the possibility of Air Force One itself becoming a target. While the plane is equipped with flares and smoke screens to detect radar and heat-guided missiles, it has no way to protect itself against an airliner collision.
Air Force One is filing a random route, by the way.
Okay.
We don't know where they decided to go, but they still don't have a fighter escort.
They still do not?
That's correct.
Holy cow.
Adding to this concern is the fact that some airplanes were not immediately responding to ATC calls, which led to the wrong belief that there might be an additional 3 aircraft still missing. Every plane in the sky was seen as a possible threat now, and therefore Air Force One started climbing to an extremely high flight level above the usual cruising altitude for commercial flights, heading up to 45,000 feet so they can outrun anybody. While lateral movement is more difficult to track, Air Force One had this altitude for itself. And then, towards the end of their flight to Louisiana, Air Force One was joined by 2 fighter jets that had taken off from Joint Reserve Base Ellington to escort the president for the final few minutes. And it was during this flight when a controversial military order was made, one that until today is a controversial topic of discussion. In the bunker below the White House, there were ongoing fears that another hijacked plane was flying towards Washington, D.C. It later turned out that this was Flight 93, which crashed in Pennsylvania 10 minutes earlier. However, the information about the crash had not yet reached the White House, and between 10:12 and 10:18 a.m., Vice President Cheney was asked whether this plane should be shot down if it continued to head towards the Capitol. According to witnesses, as well as Cheney's own biography, he replied without hesitation and gave the go-ahead for the shooting down of a commercial plane that poses danger. In less than 10 minutes, the eyes of the whole world were focused on New York City. However, nothing is known about the causes at this point in time, and speculation about a possible accident is circulating in Sarasota, where Bush is preparing to head into the school.